Now, there is a concept what is called as, okay, depository receipt. Okay, this concept I'll explain you. Okay, this concept I'll explain you. See, some concept I'll explain. Okay, there's a concept called, have you heard about ADR, American Depository Receipt, okay, and GDR? I'll explain this concept, okay, it's very important. There's a concept called American Depository Receipt and Global Depository Receipt and IDR. We will make a comparison. First we will understand what is this and then we will go to this. Okay, it's not there in the material explanation, you understand it. See, in ADR and GDR, what happens is that, na, suppose Indian companies, okay, I'm talking about this, I'm going to explain this, I'm explaining this and then Indian companies, they want to raise money by issuing shares. Okay, Indian companies want to raise fund by issuing shares. So they have many options. They can list in Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange. That is possible. But they also have an option to list, means Indian companies can list in a foreign stock exchange. Indian companies can list in the foreign stock exchange. If that has been, not all the Indian companies can do so. In order to list in a foreign stock exchange, what is the condition? It needs the approval of the that country's capital market regulator. If you want to list in the Indian stock exchange, you require the permission of capital market regulator. Na? Similarly, if you want to invest in a foreign country, in a foreign stock exchange, you require the permission of whom? That country's capital market. So there are many norms are there. But for companies like Infosys, TCS, they are all IT companies. They are already listed in the New York, means stock exchange, that is in the NASDAQ, okay. NASDAQ is an index. So they are already listed in a foreign stock exchange. They are listed in Tokyo Stock Exchange, etc. Now, when Indian company list in a foreign stock exchange, what happens? That foreigners can purchase Indian company share, yes or no? Are you able to understand what I am saying? Okay. When Indian company go and list in a foreign stock exchange, those shares can be purchased by the foreigners. Okay. Now, when a foreigner purchase Indian company's share listed in a foreign stock exchange, there will be a bank over there, basically a depository bank, who will be issuing a receipt. Who will be issuing the receipt? A bank, a depository bank of that exchange will issue a receipt to the buyer of the shares, saying that, for example, a foreigner who purchased 100 shares of a company, Infosys, 100 shares have been purchased from a foreign stock exchange. So that a bank who is involved in this process issuing, they will issue a receipt saying that this receipt is reflecting 100 shares of Infosys, and that will be issued. And sometimes what it will be kept by the bank, by the depository, and the receipt will be issued to them. So this is actually, this receipt is what is called as American, and if foreign companies are listed in US, it is called as ADR. If it is listed in European Stock Exchange, it is called as GDR. This is the difference. ADR means Indian company have to list in American Stock Exchange. If they are listing in European Stock Exchange, they are called as Global Depository Receipts. American Depository Receipt, Global Depository Receipt. Concept is same. Concept is that Indian company can issue shares to a foreigner by listing in a foreign stock exchange. Now, Indian Depository Receipt is the reverse of it. Indian Depository Receipt is the reverse of this concept, where a foreign company will list where? A foreign company will list in Indian Stock Exchange. A foreign company will list in Indian Stock Exchange, and Indians can purchase the shares of that foreign company. Normally, just tell me, in the Sensex 30, in the Nifty 50, Any foreign companies are there? It's not there. But what they can do? They can list and issue these depository receipts. Okay, they can issue these depository receipts. Okay, so try to understand that. Okay, so what is Indian depository receipt? A foreign company will list in Indian stock exchange and issue shares to the company. So when they issue shares, there will be a depository bank in India will saying that this foreign company shares you can buy. You want to buy 100 shares, you want to buy 1000 shares, you can purchase it, and a depository bank will issue security to you. That concept is what is called as Indian depository receipt. Why I discuss is that because this is in news. Okay, so if a question on ADR comes, or if a question on GDR comes, or if a question on IDR comes, you can answer it. First learn this concept. Reverse of this is IDR. Now see, American. In Europe it is global. India it is Indian depository receipt. All remaining DR is same. Na? Deposit receipt, deposit receipt, deposit receipt. Indian, global, American. Why it is so? Where it is been listed. If it is listed in America, American. Listed in Europe, European. Listed in India. Now try to understand. Foreigner only can do it. Indian is a foreigner in America. American is a foreigner in India. You are getting that logic? So IDR is created by Indian depository against the underlying shares of a foreign company. Is it clear now? That's a correct statement. The minimum size is not 1000 crore, it is 50 crore only. So not 1000 crore, it is 50 crore only. So second statement is wrong, first statement is correct.